There are moments when I experience a crystal emptiness. My instinct to survive dissolves and I am ready to melt. Okay to pour like rainwater into the ground or break up into the wind swimming over my shoulders. When I was young, I hated the way my face looked in a mirror when I cried, so I said I'd never cry again. The first time I cried after that was 5 years later on heroin. I stayed up after my friends passed out writing an I'm sorry letter to my mom with a yellow highlighter in the purple glow of the black light tube on the wall. My tears fell on the brown textured paper as I retraced our past, the bitterness, the animosity, and the two-of-a-kind hand we were. I grew up in a world that didn't care what I really thought or who I wanted to be, if it was other or different. I was raised on fear and hard-boiled in chaos. Dealers and addicts had more to offer than the people who claimed to care. I was a sexual target for my high school counselor. He said I was soft-spoken, came from a background that people didn't care for, and I was unlikely to have anyone to talk to about my problems. I have been homesick since I can remember. I was 12 when I was told I was a stranger's child. I was homesick before I left my parents' house. I was homesick of the facade of okay and the abuse of power to avoid the hard work of feeding light to your family. I was homesick for the truth. I was homesick for someone to talk to me, to ask the most personal questions they could think of and just simply listen. I was sick of hearing, "That's the way it is, because I said so. Stop asking questions," from people who claimed authority on life like anything important was too lofty for me to understand. Never stop asking questions of anyone or of anything. What questions even matter to you? And stake your claim and sink your teeth in. Question absolutes. Question people. Question the questions. Fences. The moon. Why is the richest nation in the world so unhappy? While the smile of the refugee makes the status of wealth look embarrassing. If the complicated and messy questions aren't welcome, then something ugly is being hidden. It's not always easy to tell where injustice ends and revolution begins. And on lonely nights my head wanders. When will I feel the arms of love again? Hungry, restless fond, quiet speaker heartbox, full power, aching for another new world. The heartland is deep and love is indestructibly tender. You can water love down, trade it for an easier life, stomp on its brow with boot and duty. You can even murder whole love. And like a raven flock of dreams splintering from the crushed obsidian night, the flower of death spills an audience of seeds in a tidal wave of new dreams. Wing and flame, we are grafted with pieces of our fallen comrades. We are quiet before you when words are wild. The uprising of our passion is a cerulean undertow. My tremolo and bass drop are braiding a dance floor circuitry with the Northern Lights symphony of our heartbeats. I whisper the nonsense of circus angels to the child of you, poised like a grasshopper ready for jazz wind. We burn brightly and we're running through the fumes of half-heart wreckage. We have the crude oil of truth beneath our tongues. Come close. The truth is ticklish and she loves to laugh.